Strange creatures like this have appeared around the world. Few people have claimed to see them. However, their existence has not been according to reports. We refer to these creatures as Hello everyone, welcome to the ACE video story. In this episode, we will introduce a mysterious creature well known in American urban legends, the Goatman. The Goatman is a creature surrounded by many mysteries. According to reports, it has a human-like face and a body resembling that of a goat. Its head features 2 horns, with a body covered in long fur. It stands up to 7 feet tall. It walks upright and moves swiftly. Its nature is said to be aggressive. It is often reported in deep mountainous forests. This image is believed to be it has appeared in many films, animations, and games with varying levels of exposure. So what is the origin of this creature? If you search for information about the Goatman online, you can see that after World War II, almost all of North America has reported sightings with varying degrees. Among these, the most common are reports from the early 1970s, said to be in Prince George County, Maryland, at the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center. A researcher named Stephen Fletcher, while conducting biological experiments on goats, experienced an incident, transforming an assistant into a creature, half human, half goat, to the point of losing control and beginning to appear on trails in Beltsville, using its snout to attack vehicles and pedestrians. Of course, this strange rumor has not been verified, but it evokes memories of the Cold War era in the US. There is indeed interest in researching biological weapons. Therefore, this statement has also received support from many people. According to local residents, in fact, since 1950, there have been legends about humanoid creatures appearing. For example, in 1957, in Upper Marlboro, strange phenomena have been reported. In 1962, an attack on people was reported. It is believed to have been caused by this creature. 12 children were reportedly killed, along with 2 adults. Various versions of the story have been passed down through oral tradition. What makes the Goatman famous is related to October 1971, according to the local Prince George's County News. They published an article about the Maryland University Folklore Archives. It referenced the legend of the Goatman. 2 weeks later, a journalist published a follow-up article on the event. This describes a detailed event related to a true Goatman encounter. The story is as follows. A sheepdog named Ginger suddenly went missing. When found, only the dog's headless body remained. Coincidentally, it was the night Ginger disappeared. Some nearby girls are said to have heard a sharp cry and also saw a large creature walking on 2 legs. Although the article speculates Ginger's disappearance may be due to a train, however, the dog's owner, Edwards, remained convinced that the Goatman was responsible for his dog's disappearance. Since then, numerous reports about the Goatman have been revisited by the media. Among these, how many are genuine remains unknown. Another well-known Goatman legend emerged. In Kentucky, USA, here, it is also known by another name, the Pope Lick Monster. Since the 1960s, in Louisville, Kentucky, a chilling legend has circulated. It is said that beneath the Pope Lick Railway Bridge, an enigmatic creature, half man, half goat, resides. It is described as having horns and cloven feet. It uses strange sounds to disorient passers-by, then causes them to climb onto the bridge, leading to train accidents or fatal falls. There is a rumor that the Pope Lick Monster carries a bloodied axe and scares people into jumping off the bridge. Although this is only legend, however, it is undeniable that this pier was built in the late 19th century. It has, in fact, claimed many lives. 2 recent incidents occurred in 2016 and 2019. The victims were a 26-year-old tourist and a 15-year-old girl. Regarding the origin of this creature, there is a very interesting theory. The legend states that this is a creature that is a hybrid of human and goat. It is said to have emerged from a traveling circus on that circus train. While passing through Louisville, the train was struck by lightning This caused the train to derail, leading to the creature's escape. According to witnesses, the creature was mistreated for years in the circus. This reportedly led to a violent and savage temperament. I have reviewed documents related to this circus, and I found that the circus toured across the United States since the 1930s. Its leader was Schildknecht, a well-known con artist, collecting strange creatures for display and profit. When Schildknecht passed through a town near Beltsville, Maryland, he discovered a severely deformed abandoned child who was later raised to participate in performances under the name Pope Lick Monster, combining stories of the Goatman from two regions and revealing the true origin of the creature, which is said to be from Maryland. Another version is more mythological, claiming the creature is a goat herder who sacrificed goats to gain demonic power. This story has also led to rumors about satanic rituals and devil worship in the mid-1970s. In the area along the route of the Pope Lick Monster, there are also other stories about the Pope Lick Monster. In 1988, this story was adapted into a film, The Legend of the Pope Lick Monster. You can learn more if you are interested. In addition to the two legends about the Goatman, there have also been reports of these creatures appearing in the South. The incident occurred in July 1969. Reports suggest that on Greer Island, near Lake Worth, many witnesses saw a creature described as half human, half goat, with a body covered in hair. It reportedly jumped onto a man's cot and threw a tire at the crowd. This creature is referred to as the Lake Worth Monster. In November of that year, a photographer named Alan Plaster claimed to have captured an image of the creature. He described it as having a white, fluffy appearance. However, after 37 years, Plaster, in a 2006 interview, he retracted this statement and believed it was a human-made prank. The reason is that, in 2005, a journalist received an anonymous letter. It claimed that 3 people had worn masks and approached Lake Worth to threaten passers-by in summer 1969. Interestingly, in 2009, another unidentified man was reported. This person claims to be the one who threw the tire years ago. It is possible this creature was originally a hoax. However, the cryptozoologist, Craig Woolheat, still asserts that the Worth Lake Monster is an undiscovered primate species. There are numerous online descriptions of sightings of the Goatman. Do these strange creatures really exist? In fact, there are many reports of half-human, half-goat creatures from around the world. They appear in myths and legends from various periods. For example, in ancient Greek mythology, there is the god Pan, described as having a human body, with horns and ears like a goat. The lower body resembles a goat. Pan is the god of agriculture, the forest, and music. Hippur is the son of the hero Hermes. The American fantasy film released in 2006 is Pan's Labyrinth. There are vivid descriptions of Pan's image. He is described as a half-human, half-goat creature. In ancient Roman mythology, there is also a shepherd god, Faunus. He is the deity associated with the Nile River in Egypt, Khnum. A green spirit in Scottish mythology, Gleistig. The goat-headed demon of a certain cult, Baphomet. In the folklore of the Alpine region, Krampus. In English folk legends, Puck, and many more. Even in the Chinese classic of mountains and seas, there are also reports of a type called the mountain god, with a human body and goat horns. This means that all these mountain gods are said to have human forms. But with goat horns on their heads, their appearances are often accompanied by storms, which lead to flash floods in the mountains, causing famine. There are many historical documents that seem to confirm the existence of this mysterious creature. However, we need to consider the facts, I believe. The likelihood of this creature existing is very low. First, genetic research has disproved the possibility of human DNA combining with goat DNA. This also dismisses the hybrid theory of humans and goats. Additionally, with the advancement of the era and technological progress, more importantly, the responsibility for false reports in the UBR is increasing. Meanwhile, the number of related witness accounts is declining daily. However, we cannot help but wonder if someone or some organization has intentionally created public interest and fabricated this mysterious phenomenon. Although creatures in mythology and legend are difficult to verify, what we do know is that ancient people in various regions often used animal fur skin tissue as symbols of power and status. Therefore, I believe these creatures are figures imagined by humans. To date, images of the goat-headed figure often appear in movies and animations. Human exploration of it has never ceased. But no one can deny the authenticity of this creature's existence. It remains the same saying, the unknown is always greater than the known, and this is part of the appeal of the ace. This concludes our video. Thank you for watching.